Xenosystems Fragments. Darken. Cap. Nickland. Narrated by Skeptical Waves. As a matter of simple socio-cultural documentation, this is the thought process that leads libertarian realists to discover they have crossed over to the outer right. All people are not equal. In fact, two individuals who are in every socially discernible way the same, have an infinite number of differences between them. When those people have evolved for thousands of years in radically different environments, those people will have even greater differences between them. Such differences will include but not be limited to intelligence, propensity for violence, and propensity for cooperation. Any libertarian with the slightest bit of observational skills has to have noticed that we're mostly a movement of white males. They would also notice that there is no libertarian movement to speak of outside of cultures descendant from Europeans. This is not a weakness of libertarianism, as our leftist infiltrators attempt to insist. It is rather a very obvious indicator that white males have a greater natural inclination toward market cooperation than other peoples. To insist otherwise is nothing more than the denial of human nature. It is biological and cultural Marxism. Leftists know this, and since they hate freedom, they hate white males. They will thus do everything in their power to destroy us before we manage to make any headway in advancing our ideas. This includes mass subsidized immigration from third world countries. While our ideal society would have no government and thus no arbitrary geopolitical borders enforced by state mercenaries, the notion that there would be free and unrestricted travel the world over in the absence of the state is a remarkably ridiculous left-wing idea. Borders are the whole point of freedom, as borders are demarcations of property rights. It's the beginning, rather than the end, of a discussion. XS finds a few quibble points, and far more in the rest of the post, for anybody wondering about current mutations on the libertarian right. However, the basic structure of insight on exhibition here is the place to start. Euro-descended, and specifically Anglo-Dutch descended, males are differentially inclined to libertarian attitudes, to a remarkable degree, statistically speaking. Disentangling race and culture in this regard is far from straightforward. The sex-based dispositional difference is far less noisy. Of course, the Marxoid explanation is that doubly privileged white males are defending their social advantages through this ideological preference. Also notable, imho, is the, almost, equally marked tendency of European peoples towards extreme, highly idealized and morally fanatic leftism, compared to the conceptually fuzzy tribal and communitarian sensibilities widespread elsewhere. Bleeding heart left libertarianism is about as distilled white as anything ever gets, but with that remark, I'm already straying into the quibble zone.